Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Makeba Williams. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Before we dive deep into this beautiful, life-changing content, I would love for you to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. A wealthy woman secret. One of them, of course. And I know you're wondering what these Goodwill bags has to do with a wealthy woman's secret. What these bags got to do with the wealthy woman. Okay, typically the woman avatar that I'm talking about, she may marry into wealth, she may be a trust fund, or she may build her empire. And typically this type of woman, she works with grace, ease, and flow. She's not necessarily hustling. She has a team of people who believe in her vision, and she works very feminine, elegant, sophisticated. You know, she's doing all of the beautiful things a wealthy woman would do. And this habit, this wealthy habit, contributes highly to her. This wealthy habit that she implemented to her lifestyle, it contributes greatly to everything from her finances, to her mental health, to her physical health, to her spirituality, to her well-being, to her business savvy, to her creativity, her vision, her compassion. This is something that she can't live without. And it didn't necessarily start when she became wealthy, or it possibly could have. Typically, this is something that you start when you're little. And if you don't necessarily do it when you're little, the small group of men and women that you are involved with, you all do it as a group, or you do it before you go to bed or when you wake up. And this is a habit that they understand and appreciate why it's so significant. They understand this is something that they need, this is something that they want, this is going to keep them abreast, this is going to keep them ahead of the game, this is going to pour into their intellect. I mean, you name it, it's something that you can't ignore, you know what I mean? And it's not about a fantasy, it's not about taking you somewhere and then bring you back and you crash and you back into your reality. This is something where they like to, this is something that they like to invest in, and it highly can change their lives and it can contribute to their lives on a daily basis. It depends on what, I don't want to give it away, what they're actually comprehending at that time. I know you all probably have figured out what it may be, because I know you're like, what are all these Goodwill bags? Well, I mean, look, this is, you know, I don't want you all to think that to become wealthy you have to do this. This is just one of the great attributes that these women possess. And I noticed when I was little, I always knew I was destined for greatness. I always knew I was different. I always knew I didn't want to be part of certain things, and that's why I didn't participate in certain things. I always knew I was supposed to be a part of I was supposed to have been part of some remarkable, miraculous things in my life. And this is something that I do. And I know one of the reasons why I've been driven to it is because I know participating in this will highly contribute to my journey. And going back to the wealthy women, I know a lot of women they're curious. How do they live? How do they think? How are their morning routines? How they go to bed? You know, what kind of makeup they're using? How do they dress? What kind of car they drive? Look, this is where you can also start. So what I'm about to share, this can answer a lot of those questions. And it's not something where you have to wait. You can actually start today. And the beauty about this scenario, where Goodwill comes in at, it's like I'm amazed at the things that I'm finding, these treasures that has something to do with what we're talking about, what wealthy women do, one of their habits. So, of course, I am talking about reading. And I know, hold on, before you all say, oh, I gotta read. Absolutely. I highly recommend for you to read. And I'm not saying don't participate. I'm not saying don't participate in videos, social media, television. No, I'm not saying that. I highly recommend for you to be in the know and to get entertainment. What I am saying, this is more of an intimate level. This is something where you're pouring back into yourself. It is nothing wrong with having time for entertainment, having time for social media. Hopefully you're watching something of substance, and hopefully you are on social media doing business. You're offering a wonderful service, you know, because we all supposed to be here on a spiritual journey, and we supposed to offer a service, you know what I mean? So you're supposed to know your service and your ministry. But this is the thing, this is where you can begin to transform into that woman, or that goddess, or that feminine woman, or that high value woman, you know, all of the words that keep shifting and changing over time. And I know a lot of you all are so interested in how do a wealthy woman think. And it's different levels to wealthy women. It's, you know, you got the women out there believing getting the bag and hustling. Nothing wrong with that. We all salute and love them. You got the women who into non-profit, philanthropic work, and they're out there doing that very feminine. There's nothing wrong with that. You got the women that are first ladies married into wealth, and nothing wrong with that. It's not about how you get it, as long as you're getting it with integrity and values. It's what you do when you have it and how to sustain it. And you want to be able to contribute to your husband or your home, right? And not be in ignorance. Now, we're talking about reading, okay? Reading to some, you know, reading to some may be boring. It may be, it may make them fall asleep. That tells me they're not tapped into what they're supposed to be reading. So let me give you an example. If you know you want to become plant-based, start getting you some plant-based books. That means you're driven, you're interested, you're motivated. You're interested into transforming into your higher self. I recommend for you to get self-help books. How to transform you, you know what I mean? Your mental, your emotional state. If you're interested in how to build wealth, I suggest you to go get some money mindset books. So that way you're not reading things where you feel, oh, it's so boring, I'm about to go to sleep. Look, every book that I touch, that I am interested in, if I'm gonna touch it and actually invest in it, trust me, I plan on reading it, and it's going to transform my life. Now, I've had problems with reading novels for some reason, because I feel I would rather learn. Now, you can learn from novels, but I feel I'm more of a self-help structure type of woman. And like right now, I'm looking at plant-based. So anything plant-based, herbs, learning how to garden, I purchase. Anything dealing with I think I said self-help, you know what I mean, self-development, sign me up. So I tend to get things, and I love anything pertaining to history, culture, fine china, crystal, rugs. Sign me up, I'm getting the book. And if it is an autobiography, I want it to be someone who has made a major movement in the community. If I'm going to purchase a book, an autobiography, we're talking about somebody who's significantly made an impact on people's lives. I'm not interested per se in novels about love. I can watch a good love movie in 2 hours and be done. But I can read all day if it's going to take me to a higher level in my life. Oh, absolutely. So, look, I'm pretty sure if I was in a room with 10 women that were wealthy, they will tell you they read. Absolutely. They read because they need to know worldviews. They need to know what's going on in their industry. They need to stay motivated, inspired. Everybody has self-independence, self-motivation, but there's nothing wrong with reinforcement. So don't look at it as, oh, I gotta read to become wealthy. No. Reading is about improving. It's about deconstructing and reconstructing. It's about strategy. It's about intelligence. It's about learning, embracing. Look at the assets of it, and not feel something is being taken away, but something is being poured into you. And why wouldn't you want that? Sometimes we're sitting around waiting on a mentor or somebody to knock at the door to change our lives. No, it may not happen that way. Mentorship can start with a book because they're sharing their wisdom. So sometimes it may not be a phone call or email or a text or a knock at the door at your office or your home. It may be a book that can change your life forever. And I highly recommend for you to always read. It is your best thing. It's the best investment, and you can never lose out on it. So where does Goodwill come in at? I am so blessed to know that I'm finding the treasures I'm supposed to find, because I've shared this on my YouTube channel that God put it on my heart, my vision, to invest into a $2.5 million townhome. Now look, it may be 1 point, it may be more, or it may be 700 or something. I just know 2.5 million was the number. For some reason, it was the number. And earlier this year, throughout the year, I started talking about it. And I'm gonna pick it up in the spring of next year, because it's been so much fun. I'm learning so much about property and purchasing and things of that nature. It's so exciting to me. But anyway, I want my home to have nothing but value in it. I didn't realize the value books can bring. It's powerful. I just did not realize. I want a library in my home, So the books that I am finding, I'm so blessed. And to the people that's donating this wisdom and knowledge, it's like every book to me is worth $1 million. To just give that away, to donate, they're not just giving away, they're giving away with an intention. Look, if it comes to me, I just want to personally say I am so grateful and I am so appreciative, because you don't know how I'm about to get teary-eyed and emotional about this, because it's just so deep, and it's just so, there are no words to describe how I feel about this, but I am so grateful. I am so grateful to know that I'm finding the treasures that I'm finding at Goodwill for the price that I'm finding it for. And I will be of service. I will make sure I treat my books with the utmost respect, and I definitely plan on reading and having a beautiful library. Soon I plan on purchasing a home in the near future. It's supposed to be a townhome, but you never know, it may be a home. And I look forward to putting a waterfall in there, beautiful plants and beautiful flowers, and just make it a Zen library. And I really look forward to doing that. And you all just don't understand how grateful I am to have found and continuously find the books, the knowledge, the wisdom, the expertise, the intelligence, the creativity, the vision. These people's, or they've endured. It takes a lot to write. And to be able to find it and put it in your hands, something tangible, and have access to read it, is one of the most powerful things anybody can do. And I'm just so grateful that I'm able to go in Goodwill and purchase books for $2 and $3 that are valued from $20 to all the way to possibly $100, $200, depending on what it is. I'm so thankful. I don't get into books to flip. I don't get into books to sell. I get into books to build my library. And they say when you have 1,000 books, you have a library. So I'm just excited. I'm excited to continue this process, and I want to be able to share with you all what the title is: A Wealthy Woman Habit. And I want to share some of the beautiful masterpieces that I have found. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so let's get started with the first bag. Again, these books come from Goodwill. Now, this is not my first time doing a video like this. I have a previous video that I did earlier this year. So I may do this video like this a few times a year. But go check out my other one. So the first book, yes, is called The Afternoon Tea. Okay. So I will have the link to my previous video, link to this video. Okay. So the first book is called The Afternoon Tea Book by Michael Smith. And what made me purchase this book is because they had recipes in here. I'm a tea drinker. I love brunches. Like, I absolutely love the St. Regis tea brunch. You can do it, like, I believe on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. But that's when you dress up and you go have tea, and they bring out macaroons. They bring out the little tea sandwiches. It's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful experience. I'm such a tea drinker. So when I saw this, I was like, oh my goodness, they have recipes in here. Who wouldn't want a book like this? Because I want to eventually begin to host again, but I want to take it up a notch. So I have a vision of where I want to go with this. So I say this book right here would be such a value. Okay, so some of the table of contents: history and lore, an introduction to afternoon tea. The next one, the tea bush, the naming of various teas, China tea, blended teas, milk, cream, lemon, or black, to make a cup of tea, the Japanese tea ceremony from then till now. And then they have recipes: bread, sandwiches, scones, tea breads and buns, cutting cake, pound cake and slab cake, small cakes and fancy cakes, little pastries. I just thought this was such a beautiful investment. And of course, I looked this book up on Amazon. Now, I'm going to reference some things. That doesn't mean Amazon is the only company that sells books, but Amazon is in the forefront and the lead when it comes to selling books. So I always reference Amazon. On Amazon currently, this book is $9. I purchased this book for $2 at Goodwill, and it is in excellent condition. No marks or anything. Okay, $9. Good investment. The next book. Now, I was so excited when I saw this book. I was like, oh my goodness, Norman Vincent Peale? Are you kidding me? The True Joy of Positive Living and Autobiography. Now, like I told you all before, I don't do novels. I am not interested in novels unless it's going to be something where I know guaranteed it's a lesson, something that I can relate to. But when I saw this Norman Vincent Peale, I said, I got to get this book right here. I could not leave this on the shelf at Goodwill. I was just so blown away. I have a few of his other books, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm getting close to having his collection. Look, I got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I was just so blown away. I'm going to give you some of the table of contents. This is a piece, a masterpiece to own. Okay, you have Country Boy from Ohio, Steamboats on the River, Aluminum Salesman, Chapel Steps, Ink on the Fingers, South Station, Brooklyn in the Roaring 20s, Upstate on a May Day, Sidewalks of New York, Facing a Hard Job, The Going Gets Tough, The Pace Steps Up, The Message Goes Nationwide, Exciting Family, Friends and Acquaintances, I Found That Prayer Works, Amen, honey, Warm Friendships and Hot Water. Some politicians are like people, health, energy, and long life, help in time of sorrow. I'm just, when I saw this, I was like, I have to get Norman Vincent Peale book. this was such a treat, a treasure to find. I was so excited. Right now on Amazon, this book goes for $27.95. $27.95. I purchased this for $2 at Goodwill. $2. Now, when you go to Amazon, it's the holidays. There's a possibility the book can be on sale. I don't know. Don't quote me wrong. And there are other sites, like I said before, but currently what I saw, it was $27.95, but I purchased it for $2. Okay, next. I just love this. I just love this. Now, when I saw this book, the first person I thought about was Oprah Winfrey, honey. I thought about Oprah. Oprah Winfrey came to my spirit, to my heart. I was like, Oprah been teaching us. Let me tell y'all, a lot of things that Oprah did in the past. We love you, Oprah. It's a lot of things that she talked about me growing up. You know, you would hear it and you would say, okay, Oprah reading another book. I had to get that. I, at that time, afford a book. So I would write it down and archive it. But when I saw the name Alice Walker, I was like, Alice Walker book? I was like, oh, I thought I was talking to Oprah. People probably thought I was crazy at Google. So I was like, Oprah. Because, you know, this book is called The Way Forward is a Broken Heart by the beautiful Alice Walker. We all know who Alice Walker is. She wrote The Color Purple. Are you all kidding me? And speaking of that, Oprah Winfrey has a musical about The Color Purple coming out on December the 25th for Christmas. So make sure you get with your family and friends and you all go see The Color Purple. It's going to be beautiful. You have Fantasia singing. Now, y'all know when Fantasia going to... Look, I don't know what to say. You got Fantasia doing the singing. You got Taraji, honey. Taraji she is amazing with changing. She can shift really good. Taraji has such a, y'all know Taraji P. Henson. She is amazing at shifting. Her energy is phenomenal with acting. You know what I mean? She's and her facial, she has very distinctive features. So you get all kind of treats. You have, I think Danielle Brooke, if I'm not mistaken. Look, The Color Purple is gonna be phenomenal. It's a musical, and I'm definitely going to see it. But back to Alice Walker. Y'all want to see Alice Walker? Hopefully the picture did some justice. Alice Walker, she creates some masterpieces. I was like, now, this is an exception. Because you all know I'm not interested in novels. But I said, I'm not leaving Alice Walker book on Goodwill shelf. Have you lost your mind? I say, no. I had to get her book. Her book currently, her book on Amazon currently is going for $28.20. Again, there are a couple of variables can skew that number. You know, discount for the holidays. It can be depending on the site, but I saw it on Amazon and it was $28.20. It is so worth it. I purchased it at Goodwill for $2. And I am so grateful to be able to get this book and read it and put it in my home library. Look, I'm just, y'all don't understand. I'm happy. I'm happy. We love you, Alice Walker. This is an Alice Walker book. I can't wait to be able to invite, you know, friends over who read, of course, and we drink tea and have pastries and talk about my book. I'm so extra. They're gonna be like, oh my goodness. I'm like, y'all have y'all Alice Walker book. Okay, so that's the first bag, and I don't have an assistant anymore. I shouldn't have did that. I don't have an assistant anymore. I have to get one. Okay, so that was the first bag, and I shouldn't have thrown that down because I don't have an assistant anymore. So I have to clean up behind myself. But anyway, I'll be looking for an assistant at the beginning of the year. And also to hire someone to teach me the correct way to edit these videos. Okay, so let's move on to the next treasures, the next bag, okay? Okay, so now we're moving on to the next Goodwill bag of treasures, and these treasures I'm talking about are books. So let's start with the next one. Now, when I saw this book, I was so blown away. I was like, because she does things that I have been dreaming of doing. I've sleep eaten. You know, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. But I will get there. I'm not going to give up. When I saw this, my heart got so warm. I am talking about Angelina Jolie. She currently is doing she's been doing it for a while. Actually, she's an ambassador for the United Nations. And I actually joined the United Nations like some time ago. It was time for me to renew. Because I wanted to connect with some people from Africa. I really want to build a school in Africa. And I always say this, no, I'm not Oprah. Oprah inspired me. I'm talking about like on a smaller scale, because people say, oh, you're about to be the next Oprah. Are you kidding me? No. Oprah is, she's, that's just by design, okay? Oprah was designed to inspire us to do the same thing, right? But mine is going to be a little different. I'm talking about a little school for the kids of the community, you know, to come and read, give them book bags and all that beautiful stuff. But back to Angelina Jolie. When I saw this book, I was like, oh, I got to get this book, and I have to read these stories, because the title says Angelina Jolie, Notes from My Travel, Visits with Refugees in Africa, Cambodia, Pakistan, and Ecuador. I was like, Angelina, and she wrote notes on it. Oh, this is so powerful. And I don't know if you all know this, and if you're new, as I said before, my name is Makeba Williams, and I'm coming out of beautiful Atlanta. And my thing is, I dream and eat and sleep philanthropic. I just want to be able to give back. I want to travel the world and give back, you know. And I've had some people say, well, why don't you get with a company and just help them figure out where to put their money? I've heard so many different things. I wouldn't even know how to start in that process, but I just want to create wealth and give wealth back, okay? And I know I can. Some way, somehow, it's going to happen. I know I have to do the entrepreneurship to make it happen. But anyway, when I see Angelina Jolie, I was like, Angelina! I was so, I just wanted to, I was like, Angelina. And her daughter goes to Spelman College, where I graduated. I graduated from Spelman College. And she just crossed over. She just joined Alpha Kappa Alpha. Her daughter, Zahara, goes to Spelman College. Angelina is just such an angelic woman. I mean, who can't like Angelina Jolie? Her movies are phenomenal. Her acting skills are on point. She's an ambassador. I was like, Angelina, yeah, this is going to be one of the ones I read, and I actually do a review on it. Not a review like, is the book good? I don't do reviews for those purposes. I'm talking about, I'm going to share. Now, I'm not going to give you the entire book, because I would recommend for you to purchase her book, but I'm going to give golden nuggets like I did Medea. And I know I didn't finish Medea. I know I didn't finish Medea book. I know y'all probably like, but first of all, you ain't finished Medea book. I know that. Calm down. I have a lot of books coming down the pipeline, okay? So get ready. But the point of it is, this is a book that I would love to read and share some of my thoughts on it. And I'm just like, do y'all understand what this is? Anybody in philanthropic work will appreciate this. Okay, so her book is called Angelina Jolie, Notes from My Travels, Visits with Refugees in Africa, Cambodia, Pakistan, and Ecuador. So with Angelina Jolie, let me give you some of the table of content. So she had forwarded by the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. Okay, she has mission to Africa, mission to Cambodia, mission to Cambodia. She has mission to Pakistan and mission to Ecuador. Yes. And on Amazon it's $17.99. Okay, and as I keep saying, I'm going to say it over and over, so please do not get tired or, you know, feel like why she keep repeating herself. It's for a reason. The numbers could be skewed for the holiday season. It could be on sale, but I saw it for $17.99, and I purchased it for $2. Such a beautiful blessing. You know, that's why I said to have books like this in your home, it's just so, There are no words. It's like a Birkin. I don't think y'all understand that. Okay, so Angelina Jolie, I'm excited. I'm so excited to have her book. Now, this book, I was excited to purchase this book. When I saw this book, because you have to understand, right now in my life, if it's personal development, personal, like self-help books, I'm excited. If it's plant-based, vegan, vegetarian, I'm excited. If it's something to do with vintage, regal, learning about oriental rugs, china, crystal, silverware, I'm excited. You know, this book is called The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. I was like, this is Catherine Ponder book. Oh my, when I seen Catherine's name, I said, y'all don't understand. Y'all, when I saw this, I was like, this is Catherine Ponder's book. The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. The first time I was introduced to Catherine Ponder like many years ago. And that's the exciting part about it. Read some of the table of contents for Catherine Ponder book. Forces that brings riches to you. The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. Okay, introduction. Okay, contents. Introduction. The shocking truth about prosperity. The basic laws of prosperity. The vacuum law of prosperity. That's going to probably be good. The vacuum law of prosperity. The creative law of prosperity. Oh, this looks good. The prosperity law of command. The prosperity law of increase. Prosperous attitudes towards money. She has work, a mighty channel for prosperity. Financial independence can be yours. The prosperity law of love and goodwill. The prosperity law of prayer. Let me tell y'all, that prayer is powerful. Okay. I don't know where I left off of it. The prosperity law of self-confidence. Your genius powers for prosperity. Your genius powers for prosperity. Your special powers for prosperity. Your special powers for prosperity. The prosperity law of persistence. Health and prosperous thinking. This is going to be good. This is a masterpiece. This is a masterpiece. When I seen Catherine Ponder book, I was like, oh my goodness. Oh. Okay, so on Amazon, this book is $26.51. $26.51. I purchased it for $2. $2. Next. Now when I saw this book, I was like, oh. So when I saw this book, I was like, oh, she is so loved. You know, mostly everybody that books that I purchased, they're loved, okay? Because I'm a loving person. You attract who you are. You do not attract what you want. Okay, so when I saw this book, I was like, oh, I have to get her book and I have to try her recipe. This is Reese Witherspoon. Oh, I said, oh my goodness, this is Reese Witherspoon. Whiskey and a tea. I was like, this is so me. I was like, I have to get her book. Let me share some of her table of contents. She has pictures in here. Oh, this is gonna be, it's gonna be nice. The book is so colorful, it's so beautiful, it's so Southern Belle. Because I call myself, everybody call me a Southern Belle, but I call myself a Southern Belle too. Some of her table of contents is The Magic of Sweet Tea, so mean, wicker and wallpaper, hot rollers, red lipstick, and steel magnolias. The subtle art of dinner parties, and that's what I want to get into when I get my place. I want to be able to host little brunches, like outside. So I'm like, do I really need a townhouse? I probably can pull it off. And like I said, have moments when you have like a little reading group, little intimate reading group, and we read and talk about it. Okay, so if it's not moving, monogram it, love it. Bluegrass Forever, The Family Table, Dolly Parton, Southern Icon, My Grandfather's Garden, Making Special Occasions Special, Catching Frogs and Selling Lemonade, Road Trip, The Perfect Book Club, and she has many more. I said to myself, oh, I gotta purchase this book because I really like Reese Witherspoon. Yes, but Reese Witherspoon. This book online, hard copy, is $18.45. Yeah, $35. Now this book goes for $35, and I believe online it was like $18.45 or something like this. But right here it says $35 brand new, listed for like $18.45.